So the Democrats are having a hello, fellow kids moment, and it's really, really, really sad to see. Twitter immediately pounced on this. Everybody was making fun of them. I can't believe this cleared whatever boardroom of people it had to clear. I mean, nobody's steering the ship, man. The emperor has no clothes. We got a bunch of idiots who are in charge. You think that these people are going to effectively resist Trump and fight for and win on Medicare for all and free college and ending the wars? It's inconceivable when you see what I'm about to show you. So this is what the Democrats tweeted the other day. This is a whole mood. Text boy bye to 43367 to get this exclusive wallpaper. And then you see it says, get your free limited edition boy bye phone wallpaper. And obviously it's Trump. It says boy bye. I mean, listen. I wouldn't care about this if I wasn't so convinced that this is the Democrats' way that they think they'll win millennials. You understand? Now, it's not all Democrats. There's plenty of good ones. You know, Ro Khanna, Tulsi Gabbard, Bernie Sanders, Ilhan Omar. Like, there's plenty of good ones. It's not all the Democrats. But this is a centrist Democrat, a corporatist Democrat's idea of how do we get the youngins to vote for us? I know. Let's, hop in on what is cool and what is hip and what is with it and get jiggy with it. This is their idea of like, how do we win the youth vote? I know. Let's use are there some memes we can use? Or maybe some GIFs we can use? Can we Pokemon go to the polls? It's embarrassing, man, because it's condescending, it's pedantic, it's looking down at you. It's like, well, obviously, you can't understand serious issues that affect human beings. So all you know is like mindless pop culture bullshit. When, meanwhile, ironically, the younger generation actually is the most policy-focused. We care the most about that stuff. The candidate we like overwhelmingly, according to the polls, is Bernie Sanders, the most substantive person in the goddamn country. And they're doing the polar opposite of it. And all this does is piss people off. That's all this does. Boy, bye. They actually believe you're going to read something like this and go, huh? The Democrats are with me. They're cool. They can come to the mall with me and Becky. It's just so stupid. It's so bad. Now, if you thought that wasn't bad enough, and by the way, it is. It shows you how out of touch they are. Look at this next tweet. Hi, it's George Takei, and I'm taking over the Democrats today. Now, full disclosure, the RNC also offered, but I said only if I could pull a Justin Bieber and ask to fight Lindsey Graham in a cage. Shut the fuck up, man. God damn it. What the fuck? And the idea that this guy's like the younger generation's like, what does George Takei think? What does a celebrity from my mother's generation think? Huh? You're trying so hard. And then also there's another hilarious angle to this, which is, the Democrats love to position themselves as like, us, bro, no big deal or anything, but we're like super woke, okay? George Takei was just accused like a few months ago of some, sexual harassment allegations or some shit. Now, I'm not saying he did it. I have no fucking idea. I don't really care. That's, whatever. But when you brand yourselves as we're the super woke people, and then you go to this guy, it's like, I don't know, you could have went to roughly 18,000 other fucking people. It's just embarrassing. Like, these are the people making the decisions that run the Democratic Party. What did I tell you? I've told you a million times. Nobody knows less about politics than Democratic strategists in Washington, D.C. Nobody knows less about politics than these people. Everything they say, you can reliably do the opposite, and that's the correct answer. Also, I scrolled through, not just the Democrats, I went to the DNC Twitter. This is at the Democrats. I went to the DNC's Twitter, too. Okay, it is embarrassing. All it is, hey, it is important to vote. You should vote. Hey, here is how you vote. You can register to vote. Hey, take the pledge here that you are going to vote. Oh, the only way we can defeat Trump is for you to vote. That's not going to get anybody to the polls. You have to give them something to vote for. How do I have to fucking explain this to you morons? You have to say, hey, if you vote for us, Medicare for all, free college, living wage, ending the wars, Green New Deal, legalizing marijuana, freeing nonviolent drug offenders. The list goes on and on. You have to say this is what we're for. Now, the Republicans, even though I despise what they stand for, when you go to their Twitter, it's like, they build that wall, tax cuts, but they're telling you what they're in favor of. So even though they have odious ideas, they somehow come across as less insufferable because at least they're telling you what they're about. The Democrats just we don't like Trump and you should vote. Boy, bye. Shut the fuck up. You could give me their Twitter account and without even trying, I can make them way more popular and tolerable than they are. I mean, I hate this. I hate this. You think I want them to be... This is the resistance. You think I want them to be like this? Fuck no. I want them to be good because Trump is a goddamn monster. This reminds me of Nancy Pelosi, tweeted about what's happening with Iran right now. By the way, we are escalating to war with them. But she went after Trump and was like, this administration needs to follow the proper process and procedures, and you need to approve with Congress, and you need to approve with our allies before you do anything. That's your fucking resistance? You got a guy who's a lunatic, who in no way, shape, or form should be president, is fit to be president. He's a psychopath, narcissist, sociopath, and he's already bombing 8 countries, and you don't know how to say, we will oppose, come hell or high water, war with Iran. Here's our military budget. Here's their military budget. They are not a threat to us. We are a threat to them. We pulled out of the Iran deal. Okay, that's what we did. We sanctioned them, including medicine. We tried to force their oil exports to zero. If you want to stop escalating, stop escalating. We will resist with all of our ability. This administration's push to go to war, another offensive regime change war in the Middle East. We're against it, and we're going to fight it. Nope.
I think you should maybe follow the proper procedures and then make sure that you give me my stapler, and I like my stapler, and I would really appreciate it if you please follow the right procedures and you talk to our allies and get approval from Congress and make no mistake about it, Iran is terrible.
They always have to say that. Make no mistake about it, Iran is terrible. It's like, here, let me concede everything about your argument and then stop. As Adam Johnson says, the Democrats run the ball to the 99-yard line, and then they pull up a yard short, and they're like, well, but even though you're right about everything, I can't agree to exactly the way you're trying to do it. Can you fucking boldly resist? No, this is all they got. This is a whole mood. Text boy bye to get this exclusive wallpaper. I am George Takei, and I am taking over the Democrats' Twitter. Here's a corny-ass fucking joke. I don't know how it's possible in the age of Trump. We have a cartoon character who's the president for the opposition party, and the Democrats still manage to fuck this shit up. Thankfully, not all of them. Like I said, I already named some good ones. And now Justice Democrats are running 2 awesome new candidates. So go check them out, because those people are the solution to these people. Because they can't help but talk about substance, because they actually care and they want to make our country a thriving social democracy. Let's do that instead of, having these clowns gaslight us day in and day out, pretending that they're for us, when in reality they're for the establishment, they're for the status quo, and this is all they got that they think is millennial outreach.